All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, where I go look low plays and strategies specifically designed for GPPs. This is a show for people who are informed on daily fantasy sports and how these contests operate. If you have a question leading NASCAR, this is a stupid question, feel free to shoot them away at Twitter. BrandonCruzDFS. Most importantly, take everything here with a grain of salt and use your best judgment to make entries. Additionally, if you have a gambling addiction, that's just not my problem. Check your surveillance at the door. We're talking about the truck series of Pocono. If I can stop spitting all over the place, and if I can concentrate on what I'm supposed to read, that'd be fantastic. This should, ironically, this is the last video I am recording. Should be the first one you should watch since this is the first race of the weekend. If you've already seen the other ones, you already know I'm feeling under the weather. Most likely not going to be doing live streams this week just because it'd be long. I got to get up early and I really need to rest. I got pretty much nothing done today because I was just bedridden. Feeling horrible, trying to get this out before Friday, at least for this video to have a lifespan of at least 12 hours before it's taken behind the barn and old yellered or suicided. Might pull a McAfee, might pull an Epstein. You know, did I just say a trigger word on YouTube? I'm probably gonna be demonetized because of that. But let's talk about the trucks at Onacop. And I don't think that's how you pronounce Pocono backwards, but I tend to like it that way, Onacop. I'm pretty sure it's Onocope or I don't know. I like saying Onacop because Pocono's a horrible viewing experience, but an awesome racetrack to see what drivers have talent. That's why it's a shame. People are saying get rid of it. It was made in a bygone era. You can't make a racetrack like this anymore, but you can't get rid of like this. You need to keep Pocono around. More series need to go to Pocono. That's it. I'm already tired from my rant. So let's go ahead and change this. And again, since I'm kind of sick, it's more of just like a picks video, kind of just going over what my early projections are, where I'm thinking I'm going to be going for lineups in the early lineups that I'm running right now. Having a lot of John Hunter Nemechek. Having a lot of Tanner Gray. Right now I do not have Kyle Busch in my highest scoring lineup. However, he is in my 5th highest, and depending on what you give Kyle in terms of fast laps on top of his place differential will determine if you bump Kyle Busch into the optimal lineup on your end. Right now, I'm giving Kyle Busch 80 points, and I'm giving John Hunter Nemechek 68. If I bump down John Hunter Nemechek's to like 60, 50, somewhere around there, and I keep Kyle at 80 or give him slightly more, then it forces Kyle into the optimal lineup and it takes John Hunter Nemechek out. That's where it's going to be just on how well you think John Hunter Nemechek does, because it's between John Hunter Nemechek and Kyle Busch for whoever leads the most amount of laps, the most amount of fast laps. So keep that in mind. I think if you're playing cash, feel free to play Kyle Busch. I'm still going to have exposure to him. Probably around 50-50, I'll probably be with the field there. Maybe less people play Kyle Busch, or maybe more people do. I don't have a read. I haven't listened to anybody. I've been bedridden. So let's go ahead and start ranking these guys. I want to have exposure to Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Austin Hill, and Matt Crafton. I kind of across the board. Matt Crafton's he's closer to an A for me for getting value here, but I think any of these guys can lead laps. And if John Hunter Nemechek, for whatever reason, can't get there, I think it's going to be one of these guys who takes advantage. Now, also, remember last year was just an embarrassment for the truck series. They wrecked like wild. Now, people are going to be like, well, Brandon, you said the same thing about the trucks at Texas. I understand that. We can't predict them all. I whiffed. It wasn't a wreck fest. A lot of people whiffed. We all thought it'd be a wreck fest at Texas, and I think it will be next time they go to Texas, just like a super speedway. I always build lineups at super speedways for giant wrecks. When they don't happen, you don't cash. That's just how it is. I'm probably going to build lineups built the same way, expecting wrecks in this race because that's just how the truck series is. And I'm going to build lineups for them not wrecking. So just feel free to have fun making your lineups. And I'm going to do me. Continuing on. Probably no freezing. John Hunter Nemechek is you need to try and have exposure to him. Ryan Preece, maybe Preece should just stay in the truck series. Like, if Preece is this good, and if that team is cheating this much, kind of going back to Todd Gilliland, if this team is cheating that much, man, maybe we need to play more of them. Maybe, and that's kind of why, and he's 10-3, but man, if you know a team is cheating, you kind of need to play the team that's cheating. They're obviously getting an aerodynamic advantage because they're rolling through the corners easier at Nashville. I assume they're going to bring that same thing here to Pocono or to Onacop, and so I kind of like playing the cheater role here. Kind of at least get exposure to Priest and Gill. Jack Wood, my bad. It's not a Wood Brothers car. Fine with that. Too cheap. Sheldon Creed, don't think he does much here. I like Chandler Smith, I like Johnny Sauter. I like Hocevar. I like Ty Majeski. Hocevar is probably closer to a B. I like those guys there. Chase Purdy would probably be where I start keeping him. That's the next one. So Eckes, I'm worried about. I'm giving Eckes 41 points, but at 9,000, God, dude, that's rough. Tanner Gray, oh, that's rough. Don't know if you can get them if you're paying up for John Hunter and Kyle Busch or either one of those guys. I like Ankrum a lot. I like Haley Deegan quite a bit. Giving Ankrum 38 points right now. I'm giving Deegan 34. Yet again, these can fluctuate up and down a little bit more, but I think that's pretty much where we're going to settle in for their projections. Josh Berry's going to be a no for me. Austin Wayne Self is hitting value. Kyle Busch. Ryan Truex. So I got Ryan Truex at 29. I got Derek Kraus at 30. Yeah, you're probably going to need the 6K range, or you might need to punt in the 5K range depending on how much you're paying up for. I don't know, man. Like, do I want to? Maybe. I'm not seeing Ryan or Kraus pop off in a ton of lines at $6,100 and $6,500. 29 points, 30 points. Like, I think there's better value out there, and I think there's places that I'd much rather go over these guys. Tate Fogelman, I'm giving 25 points. I'd kind of just prefer to play Tate Fogelman here. Hope he kind of holds his position. If it's a wreck fest, Tate Fogelman's either going to be the guy wrecking or he's going to be able to take advantage of that. Same thing can be said with Chris Wright, but I got him for 14 points. That's going to be a no there. Bailey Curry. I like Bailey Curry a lot. I got Bailey projected for 43 right now. I'll probably dial that back to about 40, 39 tomorrow, but that's where we're at right now. Danny Bone is going to be a no. Why did they put Bone in here? Like I thought Poole was back. They should have put Poole in there. Tyler Hill giving him 24. It's a Wreckfest, obviously bump him up, but that's what we're at there. Enfinger, I'm giving Enfinger 40. I think that's around a 15th place finish for him. I kind of want to bump him up more, and I think I will. Yeah, that's right at like 16th, 15th right here. Yeah, we'll bump Enfinger up a little bit. We'll keep him as a B. Todd Peck, going to be at a no for me. No. Spencer Boyd, no. I don't really like any of these guys here. Brian Desot is back. Pennsylvania, New York, based out of New York, NYPD. The NYPD car, I don't see Brian doing much here, but it was just interesting seeing him on the entry list again. Now, if this place starts to wreck, that's when we start seeing Howie being able to do well. I'm giving Howie 16 points. I guess I'll just talk about all these guys here because all this is not really projecting in wrecks, but I got Todd Peck for 17, Howie for 16, Spencer Boyd for 19, Josh Reaume for 12, Jennifer Jo Cobb for 9, Norm Menning for 8, Ray Cicerelli for 11th, and Brian Desot for 12 projected points. So if you think we're going to see wrecks, or if you think any of these guys can gain a little bit more than those projections, then maybe you consider playing them. But right now in the early runs, we're not seeing much punt play at all. We're really not. Like I'm not seeing much here. I think we're going to stay in the 5K range and not get too crazy unless we get a bunch of wrecks here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much from the punt range there, and so that's where I'm going. Kyle Busch, I think people are making too much out of the whole Kyle Busch situation being 15th. If he can get to there's a chance. The more wrecks that this race happens in this race, I think that hurts Kyle Busch's chances because I think he could fly through this field extremely quick if the race stays green. If he has to keep on dealing with restarts, Sure, he can pass a lot of cars, but that just, it's a pain in the ass for him. Keep it green. That helps out Kyle Busch. I think if it gets yellow, maybe it's the wrong thing, because if it's yellow, he still passes people either way. It's just what you give him. Like I said, right now I'm giving Kyle Busch around 81 points right now. Could go up, could go down, just depending on what you project him. But right now, Thursday evening or midnight right now on Friday morning, 80, around 80 points for Kyle Busch. And so just keep that in mind. Maybe mess around. If you have your own projections, if you're in Fantasy Cruncher, give Kyle Busch 80 points. Just see where he kind of goes. Move it up to 90, move it down to 75, 70. Just see how he fluctuates in and out of lineups and kind of build from there. If you guys like this, and if you want me to go live, just beg, be like, please, Brandon. And maybe not beg, that's kind of awkward. If I feel better, I'll be live this week. If not, well, at least, I gave the picks out right here. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to support me, PayPal, Patreon in the description below. Patreon's still going to be covered the entire week. Don't worry about that. I always make sure that's up. But for the videos, for live streams, might not happen. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and best of luck this week. We will see you later, alligator. Peace out.